Maegavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Arakea Galadirthin, the head of Divide and Conquer, and here I am, continuing the Anduin Let's Play in the North. Thoroughly enjoyable one for me so far. However, I do apologise at the loss of Dwinberg. Since then, I have increased the garrison of Dwinberg, I've increased the garrison of Sellerberg and Maethelburg. However, those effects will certainly not take effect, because it's the one file which has no effect on a game already in play. I must also just ask how you all feel about the heirs and ancillaries being not messed up, because my current task list that I have left to do in modding at the moment involves entirely around editing the traits and the ancillaries, and of course that will make this campaign and the Umbar campaigns, ancillaries and traits, completely jumbled up. They'll all change around again. So I was just wondering, for those of you who do watch these indeed, if you're particularly bothered if he's a Northman and an Éothéod, or if he's got the banner or the Horsemaster, or if you're particularly bothered that Beorn is a Beorning. Because obviously I only click on these every now and then, they're very, very rare, and the ancillaries and traits don't have any impact on the gameplay. So there aren't any traits which change your bodyguard or change how you look or anything like that. They are all just the odd power bonus here, there, and what have you. So I'm just interested to learn if you're all that bothered about them, because otherwise I can dive in and do a load of ancillary work. I never should have done the campaign that I videoed on the build that I mod. Problems arise everywhere. But anyway, look, I've talked for a minute and 30 seconds about nothing. Let's continue where we left off. We're waiting to see what Adûnaphel does, and whether he heads to Sellerberg or Fenberg, because we have men waiting in both locations to deal with him. But I'm also not... I don't want to move Beorn to Fenberg just yet, in case the Misty Mountains decide to head on Maethelburg in force, because Beorn can help out a great deal there. So, at the minute, it's a campaign of just waiting.
Yes, my lord.
Although Forweg is more than ready, and I had a gentleman down here as
well.
Your
orders, my lord.
With honour.
Head north.
Yes, my lord.
Forweg, what happens if you besiege that right now?
Yes. Hiding from the enemy.
Oh, there are two of you, and isn't he
to
bowman?
Battle.
Yeah.
We shall prevail.
What have they got?
Yes.
Our bodyguard should be able to deal with that bodyguard now they've got more men. So let's send Beorn down there to force Adûnaphel's hand.
I'm gonna stick you.
Let's just pray that that village can hold out on its own. I think Maethelburg should be alright. They've got Beorwent. And Gleowine is still holding very nicely in the north with the Orcs coming from Gundabad. I think all there is to do is end the turn. Let's try and get him to go and get map information from someone. Or why don't we use you as a spy for now?
Without question.
So we end the turn. The traits that have been asked to add are adding an ancillary to Celeborn, which shows that Galadriel is with him, which I'm surprised we haven't already got. And 2 traits, but I can't remember what they were. I withdraw from
We
that
are
one for now.
disgraced.
The two
Fall
of you
back
versus
and
just
retreat.
Adûnaphel. I fancy
Pulling
our
back from the
chances.
walls.
Oh, he's got some archers, but we can do it. We can do it. Battle Anduin. Save that and die.
Attack!
Our bodyguard are very strong compared to his bodyguard, and our archers outclass their archers. Interestingly, well, this video won't go up till what, Saturday? It's probably Saturday by the time you're watching this, but so that there'll be a massive time delay in that, so I won't say that. Right, he's going to charge us, and he's going to try probably and hit our archers as much as he can. So what we need to do is rush him as fast as possible, because if we let him arrive at our archers, there'll be hell to pay. Oh no, hold on, hold on, hold on. Draw him in, draw him in. The longbowmen shooting Shadow Knights. I'm sure they'll get virtually no kills on them. Charge. 32 of ours still. They've already lost 10. We've lost 3, they've still lost 10. Fastrid, move up and hit those archers. And, I don't know who you are. Oh, was it Forweg? Something like that. Oh, they lost lost a few in that charge. Well, there's quite a few in that charge. Oh, why are our archers doing that?
Defeat seems almost certain.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Only half our force remains.
Somehow, we've lost almost all our archers to their archer fire. And his generals have actually done a number on us. But these guys are good against... Oh, we've been killed by the arrows, haven't we? He's just killed them all. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Our
Another
general
defeat.
lies slain upon the battle. This defeat is a bitter drop to swallow. Next time.
The longbowmen are nowhere near as good as I had anticipated. And those orc archers, why are the Uruk archers that strong? What have I done? Why did I do that? Why did I let them be that strong?
A prime position. No. Rally to me, men! We must regroup. We shall
But
continue
we did
tomorrow.
so well against the Shadow Knights in the initial attack. Oh, and then we just let our men get shot by those arrows. Oh, and they've retaken the high pass already. Goodness
Yes, my
gracious me, look at that.
As you wish.
Look at that.
I'm gonna stick
Oh, yes,
you.
I was going to answer that question, and I have answered that question. The question as to who gets what kind of reinforcing scripts, I can tell you that answer categorically now, depending on where I wrote down the answer. There. Everybody gets a script that respawns an army of this size when they lose a certain number of provinces. For most factions, it's beneath 2 or 3 provinces remaining. When they get that low, they'll get a reinforcing army. However, the following factions get an additional supporting army when certain criteria are met. And they are the Misty Mountains, Gondor, Isengard, Rohan, Mordor, Lorien, and Thranduil. Now, Lorien and Thranduil, you won't actually see it because the requirements of it are essentially exactly the same as the other reinforcing army, and they seem to only trigger once. But the Misty Mountains, if they lose their capital, they get an additional army. This is also true of Mordor and I believe Rohan and Gondor. So Rohan and Gondor I've never seen have 2 supporting armies actually. But if certain criteria are met, Rohan and Gondor both
Yes,
gain
my lord.
additional script
Assembling a
armies
mighty host.
alongside
Hiding from the enemy.
the ones they
As
already
you
get
command.
for when they lose X population or whatever. So that orc army,
Your orders, my lord.
we're going to take Dwinberg back, and we're going to take it with force.
Orders, my lord.
So that orc army that spawned
We'll
is
make
because they
camp
lost their
here.
capital. But it should only trigger the once, and then now they won't gain a scripted army unless they lose, unless they go down to less than 2 provinces.
Your orders.
Unfortunately, with the death of Forweg, the loss of Dwinberg, and now the vast army
Have a
that is
taste of my
outside of
blade.
Maethelburg, we don't really stand much chance of keeping Maethelburg by the looks of it. So anyone that we
Yes,
have
my
got
lord.
over here is going to have to form up back
With
here.
honor. Making camp here.
I could really do with the Roscabel army now in the north. This army, this small gathering, I call it an army, is going to have to reclaim Dwinberg, kill Adûnaphel, and then immediately head back north to try and support Maethelburg before that falls as well. Only time will tell. Of course, the Nazgul names are all entirely fictitious. We only know the name of the Witch King and Kumul. All of the others
The enemy
are
has
fan
surrounded
fiction.
us. We're besieged.
But they are pretty good names, I must
Concealing the
confess.
troops by your order.
Your orders, my lord.
Right, he's pulled into
We
there.
shall continue to.
Yes, my lord.
We shall engage.
Orders. Joining.
Your orders, my lord.
Lanagild is coming to join as
We can
well.
go no further, my lord.
Now, Maethelburg, do we pull Gleowen? No, we do not pull
I'm
Gleowen.
gonna
Oh, it's
stick
all
you.
Snagger, isn't it? Of course it is. Now, I could try and sue for peace, but now that Angmar believe they have the upper hand, they will never agree to peace with me anymore. Although, with the presence of Khazad-dûm, I'm sure Zag-Kala probably won't send forces out because they'll be either busy thinking about them or trying to focus all of their force into a sort of hammer effect whereby it all swings down in one location. Although it's good to see the elves doing something. Welcome to the party, Rimadur.
I am but an ally, Lord.
Welcome to the party, welcome to the party. Another end turn, less money again. Oh dear. Not doing too well, one might suggest. Look at that force. Just look at that force. And yes, as I said, the script hasn't kicked in because it doesn't work on save games. But I have edited it so the garrison is no longer a single Wildman defender. In Maethelburg and Selleburg it is now 3, as they are major cities, and Dwinburg now gets 2 instead of none. But with our meagre force, we are to face off against that. 2 units of trolls and a bodyguard. Save it so it doesn't crash.
I shall lead our forces into battle, my lord.
We'll die here, but if we can take any of them with us, it's a bonus. Too often am I burnt entirely by the auto-resolve, whereby if you manually control the battle, you'll lose. You might kill 200-300. But if you allow it entirely to be auto-controlled, you'll kill 30 men and lose your entire army. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, we're going to try and do what we did last time we defended Maethelburg, which is flank the enemy with our 2 aggressive units. This time, of course, we are gravely outnumbered and it is not as likely to work. Our single unit of Wildman defenders will pull back and block this passageway. The Valesmen will come round here and will attempt to also strike on that side. Move them out slightly. Although they've got more units this time, so they're more likely to split their forces down the 3 different paths. We'll worry about that if we have to. Alright, don't fire. Did they have any cavalry? Yes, they did, didn't they? They did indeed. So, as we have no cavalry, that will help us deal with some wargs. Alright. Wildman defenders. There. Archers. Line up along there. You guys. See, they're in a much worse position. Head alongside there. Beornings and skin changes. You know what I didn't do in this? I've not turned the microphone back up to pick up my voice better, so I might be remarkably quiet in this episode, and I can only apologise for that. Also fairly certain that if using the game bar, if I stop focus on the window, it just stops recording. So if I were to Alt-Tab now to try and make the microphone louder, it would stop the recording and I'd have to merge the 2 together again. Which I suppose isn't actually that difficult to do, but such a hassle. Dun 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 dun. Pause. Can't Alt-Tab anyway, anyone. But you know what, actually, I'm very paranoid now about how unbelievably quiet my voice might be, so I will briefly pause. And continue where we left off. But this time I should be slightly louder. Of course, this is an absolutely wonderful opportunity now to test the difference in sound levels when I do change the microphone's noise, recording level. Oh, it's so fun being an amateur, isn't it? You don't get any of these problems on the bigger channels, let me tell you that. But then it's only a laugh, isn't it? What the hell? Took me a long time to see it as a laugh, I must confess. So many times you listen to yourself back and you think, is that really how I sound? Oh, that's horrid. It takes a while to just be like, no, you know what? I'm just showing off a game and it's just for fun. So just get over it. Anyway, to the matter at hand, they're going to bash down the gate, they're going to storm trolls in to deal with any immediate resistance. We'll speed it up as we're just waiting.
The enemy are battering down our gates. Blast their eyes! The enemy's ram is through our gates.
It
The
all
enemy have the
depends
walls.
on what they do
To our
now.
defense or all will be lost.
If they push straight down or if they push north. They're charging the Beornings. Oh dear, Beornings flying everywhere. I'm hoping that the incredibly high attack and armor piercing stats of the skin changes will help cripple those cave trolls. The Warg Riders have charged in and died, which is exactly as we had hoped. But now our battle line isn't crushing them as they come through the gate, it's fighting them back here, and those trolls are going to run rampant through our defenders. How many trolls have died now? Only, what was that, 2 or 3? 3, I think. Haven't really lost any skin changes, but our Beornings have been shredded. Although the Valesmen have cut in, although do bear in mind that the Valesmen are our most basic unit. They are an absolute militia unit, and they will cave very quickly. Oh, why are their units over here on fire? Oh, because the enemy is shooting us with their own archers. The enemy is shooting themselves with their own archers.
Pray something changes in the course of battle.
Oh, those
for
cave
defeat
trolls have been
seems
slaughtered.
almost certain.
Although they're here, they have broken through. There is no choice now. Turn on our own men to shoot them. Speed it up so that order comes through.
We've lost half of our men.
Point blank. Point blank into the trolls. Come on. As soon as they hit our archer line, our archers will stop firing. Oh dear, what is that? Why are they firing in unison like that? What have we done? Oh my word. We've lost 60% and we've only killed 8%. Ah, he fled. But that's no good, I'm afraid. Our general fights on. So do the Beornings. And those archers are still firing point blank into the trolls. Doesn't really matter anymore though, does it? Look at that. The entire central column has collapsed.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
It's because I didn't bait them with the general. Last time they all came down the middle because my whole force was here. And then only after they'd committed to that did I then move my general out and hit them in the side. Had I done the same thing here, all the trolls would have come down the middle and I could have then hit out on the side. Our general will take quite a few more before he falls.
Our foe has taken control of the city.
But we will lose through time now. Central line collapsing much quicker than I thought it would. Oh, at least we have a tower firing as well. Every cloud, eh? What are we on now? We have 3 minutes. We have 37 archers who are fleeing, and we'll just run to their... Why would you flee when that's what's in front of you? Run over there. Try and jump the walls or something. Ah, game mechanics. How broken are they even now? Look at the dead. I want to say they'll be remembered. That their deaths here will not be in vain, but for the time being, I can't see any way
Our
of
men have fought long and are
avenging them.
becoming tired.
Skin changers are absolutely ramping it up, though. I tell you what, if we can kill those trolls, then this will not have been an entire loss. Yeah, take some of them out. Take some of them out. I want you to hit those trolls. You've only got a minute left. Go on, go on, go on. I don't care. There's only 14 of you. Kill one of them.
Almost certain.
Take them a long time to rebuild the trolls.
We've been dealt a stinging defeat today.
We killed 460. That's not bad. Who am I kidding? That's god awful. We got annihilated. Obliterated even. And on this day, there was no hope for men. Maethelburg falls.
Hiding from the enemy.
Our great second city. Beornings, a phenomenal defense. At least we killed some trolls. At least we killed some trolls.
Yes, my lord.
Our reclamation of Dwinberg goes well as well. And with him being locked slash not locked, it'll take him ages to get out of there, which works in our favour heavily. We are, of course, now losing money, though, because Maethelburg was a good money earner. But we do have enough of a defence. I think we'll be able to hold out against that pitiful Snagger army in the north. Disappointing. This is displeasing, to say the least. But I think I will end this Anduin video there, because it's been a video of disappointment and it drains me. So this will be the second instalment of the Anduin one, so I now move on to Umbar. So look out for Umbar over the rest of the weekend, because this will be the Saturday, I think this goes up. Yeah, Saturday morning possibly. And then look out for the Umbar ones, and then we're back into the rotation. Now, some people have suggested I think I should finally branch out and do a different game, so I may well indeed do an interregnum game, see what you think of me playing that, and stand by as well for the rest of the lore videos. As I say, by this one time this one goes up, there should already be one of those up and done. But for now, that will end this video. So thank you as ever for watching, if indeed you have. And please feel free to continue subscribing should you enjoy these videos. And if you have any questions, qualms or queries, please pop them in the comments and I'll get round to answering them either here or on Total War Center or ModDB. But for now, and until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Naden Pedimad Melonin, and farewell.